timed, but whatever. We're gonna show you the cutscene. Unfortunately, we're using the default costume, as I find that there's weird properties with the bonus costumes. The doctor outfit and the cop outfit seem to attract more enemies, while the other outfits make the clips in the game more awkward. They don't work as well, so that's why we're just using the default. So yeah, this is Silent Hill Homecoming. It is a survival horror, obviously, but it is also kind of a shooter. This was the first Silent Hill game where they tried to change the combat system and make it a lot more combat oriented. However, because it's still survival horror, we won't be encountering that many enemies, and we'll either be just one-shotting them or leaving and just running past them, depending on what's faster. As it is New Game Plus, we have the laser pistol, which one-shots most enemies, so we kind of just go through this cutscene. We see all of these kids getting murdered. It's important to plot, but we skip most of the plot, so that doesn't really matter. The kids are dead. The kids aren't alright. It's unfortunate, but it's also edgy, so that's how it works. So, we're just getting to the point where we would start time. After this guy's killed, a QT will pop up. I'll give the countdown before we start time, as time starts when you start going for the QT. So, I'm just gonna give the countdown and then we'll start. 3, 2, 1, go. And I already failed the the QT in the first second, so it's gonna take a second longer than usual. Normally you finish within 7 seconds, but I think that was closer to 8. Because I am bad at matching, and that's fun. So we start off in this weird broken down hospital place. We see our brother Josh. It's like, hey, we gotta find Josh, or, well, we have to get to him. You're supposed to go and find parts for this code, but it's really easy to memorize, so you don't have to deal with it. This is kind of like a dream sequence. If anyone's played Silent Hill 3, it's similar to that. So we have to run through this area. We don't have weapons throughout it, except for at one point. But the weapon sucks and it's not a gun, so we're not going to use it because this is a marathon about shooting things. So if we're not going to shoot things, then what's even the point, right? So we get this knife. It's useful to move on, and we have this unskippable cutscene where we transition into the other world. There's a few unskippable cutscenes, which gives us some downtime, as there's not really any donations or anything going on this marathon, so when we have this downtime, if you want to talk about something, we can all talk about how amazing and perfect I am. That's always an option. I'm just putting that out there. So, we encounter a nurse, which is apparently the basic enemy in this game, which I find kind of silly since they're normally much later on enemies. And here we dodge a random wheelchair that comes down the stairs. Apparently you can get sent flying pretty far if you hit it the right way. Someone, I think it was Slayer, was trying to find a way to like flip with that. No, I got hit. That's unfortunate. So yeah, basically we're just gonna run through this whole dream sequence as fast as possible. Most of the cutscenes in are unskippable, and all we have is a dinky little knife, and it's just not the best part of the game. But it's okay. This game's pretty long. I would say if you went through it all, it'd probably take 6 hours. That's okay because we skip most. Okay, so these are bugs, which, like the nurses, are just rip-offs of previous enemies. We only want to get hit by one bug because they deal a decent amount of damage, since we're not going to rip them off. If we lose too much damage, we start running really slowly, and that sucks. So our bug buddy unfortunately popped here. Poor bug buddy. And we just have to keep button mashing, cutting through these weird flesh doors. Moving on. So, unfortunately, the run's kind of slow at this point. It doesn't really pick up until we're out of here. Random small time save. You can roll faster than walk forward into that cutscene after the door.
Who is it? Go away.
What are you doing here?
I want my toy.
Yeah, the doors have teeth. Has anyone seen the movie Teeth? It's
Someone
like
brought
that.
me. They told me Robbie was here. They lied.
Is there anything I can
I apologize too if I sound a little sick or
I want my
anything.
toy.
I got stuck on the far side of the city after 4 hours of sleep.
Guess you're not my friend.
I had to get blood work done and then got stuck at a car dealership over tire stuff for like half the day, so I'm pretty tired right now. Yeah, I just apologize if I mess up words or anything. This is actually my favorite cutscene in the game, just because of the little like step back he takes. I don't know why, I just find it really funny. It's like, dang, the bunny's moving. Oh yeah, that's also a random pink bunny right there. We found a random pink bunny. So if I fail that button mash, I actually die and this run would die, which would be good. And I'm bad at button mashing, so I have to actually try pretty hard at that, which is kind of embarrassing. But we have our bug buddy back, so that's always fun. And we just give Bunny to Robbie here, and we get to move through the door. And that's like the only cutscene you can skip in this intro. I don't know why you can. And alright, so that finishes the dream sequence. We have a pretty big break here with a decently long, unskippable cutscene. It ends kind of the way it ends in Silent Hill 3 with your death. So we can just sit here and appreciate the fact that every enemy used in this dream sequence is an enemy from a previous game because they didn't come up with anything original. So that's pretty based, I think. You gotta love westernization. I'm just kidding. This game's actually pretty cool. There's some cool stuff in which we'll get up to. The boss designs in this game are actually, I think, the best out of any Silent Hill game. They're extremely cool looking. Unfortunately, the coolest two bosses we skipped, so there's 4 main bosses in this game and a mini boss, and we skip 2 of the bosses in over half the game. Also, we will never see, I don't think we ever see Pyramid Head again. I think we skip every other section with Pyramid Head, if my memory's serving me right, so that Pyramid Head stabbing you through the door there is all we're going to see. That's the entirety of Pyramid Head in this game, or at least in the run. So that song ends really awkwardly. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but it's like, it's cutting out way too soon, and like not enough of the song is played. Like you would expect it to have like an over, like camera panning of the city and stuff. Okay, well, so we get off the truck. We're moving again. Gotta go find our house. It's a good song. It's just cut out really weirdly. And now that we can skip cutscenes. There is a giant spider on my wall. Oh my god. 1 second. I'm gonna crush this with one hand using... This thing looks like a lobster. What the... Oh god. Oh god. I think I got it. I don't see it anymore. Okay. Okay, so... That's the real horror in this game. Giant spiders on your walls. I don't see it anywhere. Did I actually get... Oh god. I didn't get it. I don't know where this thing is anymore. Oh god. Okay, so mistakes may have been made and I might die from a spider. sometime during this run, so if that happens,
Hello?
I apologize.
That's strange.
Or if I freak out, because I don't like spiders. So we get the flashlight, and we're finally going to get our gun, our trusty gun, our laser pistol, and now the game is completely broken. So, the gun has a more important feature than firing shots. Aiming. Aiming is the most important feature of the pistol, which I'm apparently not able to do right. This is a little finicky in this room because it's a really small space. But, yeah, we just aim a few times. Then we take a little trip out our back door. If I can find it. Alright, so we're out of the house now and skipped a pretty decent section of this game. I mean, I think that's about 5 minutes skipped there. It's pretty decent. Not too much. Normally, once we get to this point in any percent, we'd be going to meet Curtis to get the first pistol in the game. But instead, we're going to skip that, and then we're also going to skip Sepulture and Scarlet. So we're not going to do Whoa, why did I spawn facing that way? When you come out of that door, normally you're facing the opposite wall. I don't know why I was facing the, like, closest wall. That's weird. But, yeah, so we're gonna skip those two bosses and multiple sections of going to Silent Hill. This is the mayor, who is the dad of the kid who becomes Sepulture or whatever. Whatever plot. Oh yeah, there's a dog we get to shoot here. Our first... There, we shot something. A shot has been fired. I also got the mid-air shot, which is actually decently hard. But we fired shots now. It's official. This is now a shooter. So yeah, so we're gonna do a skip where we enter a loading zone that you can only enter much farther into the game. However, because we enter it, it just assumes we're a lot farther into the game and gives us a bunch of extra weapons and triggers a bunch of like stuff saying, oh yeah, you've done like 3/4 of the game already. So we're gonna get there eventually. Also, I guess it hasn't been shots fired yet. It's only been a shot fired. But it's okay. We'll double our shots fired. We'll hit 200% pretty soon. Let's see how good my accuracy is. Is it 100%? 100% accuracy. Alright, shots fired. It's official. So, you're not supposed to get into here until after you face Scarlet. It's actually where you come out of. But if I can do this right and stop failing it, we are inside and we are going down the ladder. And we have officially skipped like 3/4 of the game right there. That's 2 bosses skipped, that's all it is. You just walk sideways, aim, and you go through the door. It's pretty amazing. This game is very well designed. Fun fact, you can clip your way into a bed in this game and it will soft lock you because there's no way out of the bed. Alright, so now we go back to the house because technically we're not supposed to go back to the house till like 4 hours later, but we skipped 4 hours, so that's all cool. There's a weird glitch here sometimes where your weapons don't spawn, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, good, it didn't, so I can unlock this door. If it does, you can't actually unlock the door with the knife, so you can't leave, and you have to go back up and down until they spawn. So, as you see, I have a shotgun now. Like, I have weapons I never picked up. So I'm pretty much, got all the weapons I need. Although, I don't need any weapon but the knife and the pistol. So there's some enemies here, but unfortunately, they're not on our way, so we're not going to shoot them. I don't want to risk my KDA, or my, headshot accuracy. Because, as we all know, shooters are all about what your score and ranking is. I'm stuck. There's actually a second one of those enemies that is supposed to spawn here, but for some reason in New Game Plus it doesn't. I assume it's because it's triggered later on in one of the cutscenes when you're going to meet Curtis, but as we don't meet Curtis, it doesn't trigger. So now we're just backtracking. It seems like it's really stupid that you like just leave the house and go back, but that's just because there's a lot of game missed. More dogs, but we don't have to bother with the dogs. So yeah, this is kind of all just walking here. We're not quite at the super exciting stuff yet, so again, if you want to talk about how amazing I am, go ahead. You can just always talk about that. I guess you can give a shout out and talk about Shadex for making this marathon happen too. That's pretty cool, but I mean, keep it to a minimum, you know. He let Silent Hill in, so he gets the props. So now that we've returned home, we can enter our dad's study since we have this knife. We need to enter to get a key to get into the attic. You can actually clip into the attic, but it's extremely finicky and not something one would want to try. I believe there is a single like New Game Plus segmented run that does it, and it looks horrible. So no one does that in actual runs. There's another like pillar boost clip that's only in a segmented run that no one's figured out a consistent way to do yet, so no one has. So we got the key. There's also shotgun ammo there, but we don't need that because we've got our laser pistol. Pew pew. So our mom, who we skipped the cutscene of earlier, is still in her rocking chair over there. We don't talk to our mom. We're a bad child. So in the attic now. We've got the static channel on. It's my favorite TV channel. I don't know about you, all of you in chat, but I watch it every day. This is all just like plot about how your dad's like some random person in the town and they're sacrificing their kids to appease basically Satan. Well, monsters, not just Satan. There's a bunch. So there's just this slide puzzle here. It's pretty simple. I forget it sometimes though, and it can go really poorly if that happens. But there's the 4 family heads that run the town. Each one sacrifices a kid to a different deity that keeps them safe from the gods and the Order, which controls Silent Hill, because Shepherd's Glen is an offshoot of Silent Hill. Alright, our house just went to the other world. We're now in Otherworld house and we have to get to it. Because they sacrificed all the kids, but you lived, and you weren't sacrificed, that makes it so that the gods are angry and not protecting anymore and killing people. Oh yeah, we're about to see Bunny again. Shoutouts to Bunny for being the mascot character of this game. It's Bunny! Bunny's even pink in this game too. They got all the details right. So we just have some like random puzzles to get through this house section. And hopefully my accuracy is going to stay up because there's another enemy coming up that I'm gonna have to shoot in a second. Yay, more shots will be fired. Also, these bugs suck. For whatever reason, placing masks on crucified people unlocks like a flesh tab on a door. I don't quite understand it, but when your house has tentacles, anything is possible. So, 100% accuracy. Let's go. I haven't missed yet. So, it's really quick to just take the enemy out like that. You don't want it caught on the same side of the door as you once the door raises. In any percent, because we don't have the ammo or time to deal with it, you have to lure it into the room and then quickly run through and change the door so it's locked off on the other side. There's a medal here. Sometimes you get it right after you've opened, sometimes you don't, and you have to readjust your camera. I don't know why, it's stupid, but you have to grab these medals for the next puzzle. One of them is a Pyramid Head medal. That's the closest we get to seeing Pyramid Head throughout this game. So if you're a fan of the big guy, unfortunately, he won't be around very often. So the house section here is basically all just doing a bunch of puzzles. It's kind of tedious, but you gotta do what you gotta do to clean your house of weird blood tentacle monsters. So this is a cool trick, if I can get it to work. It's faster than going to... It's faster than backtracking. Unless if I get stuck here, don't keep going forward. Come on, move a bit more forward. Okay. And voila, I'm on the staircase. So you just clip into that area, and there's no floor in the pipe, so you just drop through onto the staircase. That's one of my more favorite clips in it because it looks really funny. Like you just suddenly, bam, somewhere else. The puzzles in this game suck because all of their controls are different. Even if they're like the same type of puzzle, they'll just randomly have different controls. The potential to fire shots in this game is very high when there are walls involved. But yeah, the pistols in this game are extremely broken. Why can't I pick this up? Okay. I needed that knife. I don't know why it wouldn't let me pick it up. But we are a knife collector, apparently, so we need to make sure we have all of our precious knives with us before we go to the basement. Because that's where the fun is. Randomly stuck. Sometimes when you go to strafe sideways you get stuck, which is really bad for the trick because the trick involves you have to strafe sideways into aiming and then sort of clip partly into the wall, and then you need your model to get grabbed by the wall and like sucked through. I don't know why I switched weapons there. Yeah, I need to open this door. Alright, so this is the last house puzzle. We're almost done this section. We've now done all the random puzzles and we've unlocked all the flesh tabs, so we can now leave the house. Remember, if you want proper protection on your house, you need flesh tabs. So funny thing here, you can't actually shoot through there. It doesn't register the enemy being there. It's actually better the enemy spawn there though, because if not you would have to shoot the enemy to pass through, but because of where it spawned, it gets pushed out of the way when you pass under, and you can just walk around it and you don't have to wait for it to die to get past it. So that's just like a small random RNG save. This cutscene's unskippable, so you know the drill. I'm amazing. Everyone loves me. God damn. Yeah, this is just a cutscene of us going back to the regular world. From here, we're going to head off, and we'll actually go to Silent Hill now, as we've only been in Shepherd's Glen this whole time. At least I believe it's in Silent Hill. But we're going to the penitentiary, so we're going to enter Penn. And, entering Penn is sometimes kind of tricky, but, you know, when you love Penn enough, it happens. We just have some random cutscenes to skip. There's like a loading zone after the door, and then 2 cutscenes and another loading zone. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention loading. This game has 3 different versions. Xbox 360 has the fastest loading in the game. specifically you need it installed. If you don't have it installed to your hard drive, there's a cutscene you cannot skip, otherwise it actually like crashes your game. Like, it will freeze and you can't even go into like the Xbox dashboard. You have to turn off your entire Xbox. So I don't have it installed, so hopefully I don't accidentally skip that cutscene. The slowest loads are actually PC, because the PC port is a disaster. If you like this game, do not buy it on PC. I am warning you now, do not go to Steam and buy it. It will not work. It will be the worst decision of your life if you buy this on PC. You should probably look at 360 if you want to speedrun this. PS3 is also possible to speedrun, and you don't softlock on that cutscene, but its loads are about 4 minutes slower, and sometimes it doesn't load rooms right, so you'll open a door and there just won't be a room there. That happens very rarely on 360, but not enough to cause problems with the run usually. Although it does sometimes, like, crash. That does happen occasionally. I've had it happen twice in all my time of running it. So the fear is there. Alright, so these are going to be the, we have to do a series of 3 quick clips so we can enter pen. I find chain link fence clips actually the worst. Sometimes they're the easiest clips in the game, and sometimes they're the hard, like, they just don't work. As it's kind of not working right now, which is kind of... Oh, okay, so I got it. So as you can see, this game's collision detection and walls are very well done. There's no way anyone could ever break this game or do anything unintentional in it. Pen baby, I love you. Fucking when's the marriage? Alright. We just got one more clip to do. We have to get out of the dumpster. Because we are trash. Alright. And we did it. We're inside Pen. We did it, everyone. We've made it in. So we're in Pen now. All of us together in this chat are in Pen. These chairs here are really weird. Sometimes they, like, you can't walk through them, and they're awful. Luckily that didn't happen. I know Parallax, the world record runner for this category, has had the chairs become unmovable and couldn't pass through that area at all. Which is pretty funny, actually. Chairs in this game are awful. Everything in this game is awful, honestly. So, we're just gonna do some stuff in Pen. We've gotta travel around. There's some weird noises and some rumbling, but nothing to worry about. The joke about Enter Pen is I unknowingly set that as my splits. Oh look, there's other people in Pen, but we don't want other people in Pen. I no longer have 100% accuracy. GG. My ratio is ruined. But yeah, so we have to get these other people out of Pen because we don't want other people in Pen. Only we can be in Pen. Sometimes when you aim and you press the shoot button, it doesn't shoot at enemies. Like, I am literally hitting the trigger over and over again with it on the head, and it's not shooting, so I'm just getting hit. It's pretty silly it works that way. So I took random damage due to that, but it's okay. So we had to get rid of those people and that monster in Pen. But Wheeler's okay. We're okay with Wheeler being in here with us. Wheeler's pretty cool. Wheeler helps us get deeper, so. Wheeler's gonna open some doors for us.
That's gross.
Well, one door in particular.
Let's try to find a way out of here.
This run is dedicated to the love of my life, Pen, Kappa.
Alex,
this is an unskippable cutscene, so we have to go through it, unfortunately.
Okay, we need to
The weird thing about this cutscene is when you come out of it,
head across the catwalk.
you load and then the screen goes black for a second before going on. I have no idea why it does it, it just does, but you can just jump across while the screen's black. Oh, one time I did that, I randomly didn't grab the ledge and I fell down, which isn't even something that's supposed to happen. That's just how poorly coded this game is. Like, I jumped across and there just wasn't detection to the next side. So, this is another clip. This is the second hardest clip in the game, but some people find it the hardest and sometimes it just doesn't like to work. So, hopefully this all goes well. The pen clip is one of the worst parts of this run. Sometimes it just doesn't let you strafe after you aim, and it actually messes up your positioning and makes it so you have to like reset, or you just keep aiming in the same spot like that. Oh goodness, this is actually really bad. Normally I have this by now. Honestly, the clips are kind of ING to a point. Okay, we finally got it. We're actually not going into the room in front of us. As you can see where the wall is, we're going into an adjacent room, which is why that trick is so actually hard to do. And then we got really slow pull, so I have to be really careful here, else I'll get pushed back out and have to redo it. But I should be good. If I'm actually stuck. What? What? Okay, we got off the table. We're good. And then we have another stupid chain link fence clip. Which, these are the worst. Actually, that one went pretty well. As I said, sometimes they're the easiest, sometimes they're the hardest. I have to be careful though. There's a cutscene you can trigger when you go through there, which will reset us farther back into the game. You have to go through. We just like walk down here, and we trigger this cutscene where we have now found our mom, and we've skipped a lot more of the game. Like a lot more. So now we're extremely deep into the penitentiary, and we just have to finish off with some asphyxia. That's about all we have left to do in here. Just got some puzzles to set up to get us there. Once again, we're shoving our hands inside bleeding holes. You can actually clip inside of that square thing. You can't do anything inside of it, but it's kind of weird. You can just be inside the flesh, be one with the flesh bag. I know that's always been a dream of mine. So, this is pretty much the end of penitentiary. We have to just go through this little maze area. And there's one room with 2 enemies we have to kill. Well, you kind of get like Wheeler to kill because it's hard to shoot them in the face. And then we go and fight Asphyxia. Asphyxia is the worst boss in the game, and is the perfect example of why this game's melee combat does not work. So, the hit stun in this game is absolutely broken. If you get hit, you will be hit stunned until it's over. So you need all of those enemies to die for the door to open. That's the trigger. So you just kind of like distract them, so it's easier for Wheeler, right? Yeah, for Wheeler to shoot them. So if this enemy hits me once in phase 1, it potentially can 100 to 0 combo me with no chance of me breaking out of the combo just because of how long the hit stun is. Like, it's actually absurd. So we really don't want that to happen. It's a lot scarier on New Game, but New Game Plus it's easier to avoid and get to second phase. Second phase, it just walks up to you and does these grabs that you just have to QT out of. But if you fail the QTE, it's an insta kill. And then you just shoot the tail and oh wait, I keep thinking I have one cycled it when I haven't, but that's Asphyxia. That was actually a really good Asphyxia fight. Normally it doesn't go that well. The grabs can track you and follow you, so it's impossible to dodge, and sometimes you get like up to like 10 to 20 of those in a row, and it's literally just constant button mashing hoping you don't die for like 5 minutes. It's terrible. It is not really marathon safe, but whatever. So we're out of pen now, We had a good time, but it has to come to an end. And because we're all dirty sinners, now we have to go to church. We have to go to church and pray to Iron Jesus to not make me fail church clip for 15 minutes like I did in practice today, which was the first time I failed it in 3 months. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I'd really not. I'd really appreciate this to go well, but we've got some time before that, so no use worrying yet. If it goes, I have backup strats, but it adds an extra unskippable cutscene to it, which is kind of annoying. But we should be okay to finish the run at least. It's not something I can't finish. It would be unfinishable on New Game because I wouldn't have enough ammo for the bosses afterwards, but because we use the laser pistol, which has unlimited ammo and is completely broken and kills bosses super fast, as with Asphyxia, we should be fine. So, another 3 shots, take out another enemy. Please, Pen pays me for it. I'm not the one giving the meal. I have high prices. So we have a bug buddy. Yeah, oh god, we have 2 bug buddies. So, if you get 2 bugs here, generally you want to just kill them, because if they drop your health too low, which they drop really fast when you have multiple, you start running really slowly and it sucks.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 4 years since my last confession. I don't blame you for ignoring me, Father.
So this is just you posing as a father talking to your father. So we are a father talking to a father. So we are the father, the father of our father, the Darth Vader. God, I can't even say that. That's awful. So we've got to bless this man and condemn him for his sins. We're not letting him get away with it.
Whatever hell awaits you, it won't be long before you see. Well,
I actually don't know what I'm going to get. I button mashed X and Y on the mom one, so I actually don't know if I spared her or not.
What?
So he gives us another plate. We need these plates to trigger an enemy to open a door for us. As you can see, this game is ridiculously dark. I turned off my flashlight for a second there. Even with it on, it's really dark though. And this is on max brightness settings too. Like, this is as bright as you can make this game. I don't want to know what it'd be like on darkest. Wait, did I pick up the thing? Please tell me I picked up the thing. Okay, yeah, I picked up the candle. I was really worried for a second I didn't pick up the candle. That would have been awful. So the backup strats, if this clip doesn't work, actually requires the plates, but I don't know what the actual puzzle is, so we'll have to figure that out together. If that happens, hopefully it doesn't. We're coming up to the clip now, pretty soon. It's the hardest clip in the game. It's really ridiculous. You have to, like, enter one wall, buy a bunch of other stuff, and then, like, slide around and stuff. So, this is the clip here. Hopefully everything goes well. So, yeah, it kind of... that didn't work. But I never get the first try, so hopefully second? Nope. You need to get into the desk, which is kind of weird, because you're clipping into the opposite wall, so to get into the desk is tricky. I'll give this a few tries, but if it doesn't work, I have to go for the backup strats, because I can't just delay the entire... I don't want to go overestimate. It would be horrible. Oh my god. Ugh, no! I'm being pulled away from the desk. This isn't gonna work. I'm gonna get pulled into the wall. So, yeah, I literally haven't failed this for like 3 months, and then today I just can't do it. And it makes me really sad, because it's super cool. out. Oh god. Okay, I got it. Thank God, I got it. Okay, so we're in the desk and it drops us below the floor. Thank God I got it. Oh my god, I was so scared. So we don't have to do the backup strats. Whew. We lost some time on that, but it's okay. We can do this. If I can get over these little things. So, this one animation with the knife actually, like, makes us drop, which is really random, but really useful. So, drop down here. We get this suit so we can walk through all this, like, random fog smoke stuff. And that skip doesn't look hard, but honestly, it took me, I think, 3 hours my first time to get once, which I got lucky. I don't know why it took so long to press that button, but like, I've had it where I haven't been able to get it when I was first learning the game for an entire day. Like, I spent like 20 hours on it. This cutscene here I can't skip, otherwise it will like soft lock the game. And I don't have a safety save, so we don't want that to happen. That wouldn't be very good. I'm gonna safety save after this though, just in the last area, because the last area is the area that most likely will crash if there is a crash. It hardly ever happens. I've had it like twice in my entire time running it, but I don't want to risk it, because that would be horrible. So we can skip at this point in the cutscene, and we get this QT where we're getting grilled up. And I'm gonna fail the QT because my finger is on it really weirdly. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so that's Judge Holloway. We haven't seen her yet, but say hello. I'm gonna quickly make a safety save, which is gonna take a while, but I just don't want this game to crash. So, we've lost all of our weapons because we were knocked out and kidnapped. So all we have is our little flashlights. We have to get some weapons back. Oh yeah, we did get the knife back though. And here we get the steel pipe back, which we haven't used at all, because this is New Game Plus. We get the regular pistol, but we don't have our trusty laser pistol yet. So we actually don't want to fight any of these enemies. It's okay. We've got a gun again, so it's still a shooter, even though we aren't going to shoot anyone for a short while. Here we just kind of hope they don't beat us before we open it, because they can do that a lot, and it's kind of RNG. And I got hit as the door opened, which is okay, except they're blocking the door, so I'm kind of getting hit a bunch. I'm getting hit up. Okay, so I'm just... Oh my god. See, I'm limping now, and that is awful. But I had to lure them away from the door so they'd stop blocking it so I could get in. And then that door closes behind us.
Ow.
We get the face in the window. Very spooky. And this is like the only enemy we are going to kill without a gun. We're going to knife up Curtis, who we get our first gun from, but we don't have the gun. This guy sometimes kills me too. Actually, he's done it like once, and it was awful, because he never does. So, this is kind of what I mean about hit stun. As you can see, he's never gonna get a hit off on me, because this game has good melee combat mechanics, but like, you do not want to fight multiple people at once in this game, because you will be hit stunned forever. We had to get that key in that room first before we fought him, so that we could get to the room with our laser pistol to get that back. So we're on the very last portion of the game.
Let's go.
We're actually going to shoot some people again with the regular pistol. We need headshots. There's two guys here. That one of them's not in the position they normally are in. But it takes like a ton of shots to a body, so we want to get headshots because it only takes 2 headshots. Oh my god. This guy with the gun never runs into this room, so that was really weird. But we just shoot those two. And we have our laser pistol back, so we can easy mode this game again. We don't have to worry about anything. Hey look, she opened the door for me. Those speed strats. Even the AI is helping out. And now all that we really have left is the last boss and one puzzle. So you're going to see how awful this last puzzle is. It's the most anticlimactic part of the game, and it completely ruins the mood of a speedrun. You're like, oh my god, am I gonna be ahead, am I gonna be ahead, and then you hit the puzzle and it's like, Jesus Christ, when will it end? Although, you don't say Jesus Christ, because you've already prayed to Jesus in church today. And you don't want to be blasphemous. So, Wheeler's all like knifed up. I gave him the first aid, may as well. Gonna let Wheeler live. And now we're on our way to the last puzzle before the last boss. You can actually clip into the boss room, but like the attic clip, it is extremely unlikely to actually get it. Like by the time you would, it'd probably waste like an hour, so not gonna do that. So this puzzle, you have to line up the right things, but you have to watch an animation every time you turn it, and they just so happen to make it so it's like super far. Like, we've got to turn this thing so many times. It's horrible. Oh, hey, it's Slayer Babies. I believe Slayer found like most of the skips in this game. Actually, I always forget you can shoot that glass. I learned this game off Techie's route, and I don't think he did. You don't do a new game because you need to save ammo, but I always forget to do it in New Game Plus when you actually have unlimited ammo, but whatever. So, yeah, I'm not doing the really unsafe strats. So, I'm pretty sure Slayer is the one who found like half the skips in this, unless if it's another Slayer. So, I actually can't skip these cutscenes too fast, otherwise it makes it so you can't skip any of them, which is kind of stupid. And this is the last boss, this is Damnion. As soon as I press X to finish this fight, wow, I am missing everything. We're on the second phase, huzzah! Once I beat this boss, that's time, so if you want to get ready on that, we're just about there. And I keep missing. And time. So that is Silent Hill Homecoming.